Welcome to Shattered Families, the place where we strip the noise and get brutally honest about the modern man's world, relationships, fatherhood, solitude, and the quiet realities men rarely get to speak on. If you're tired of the mainstream one-sided narrative, you're in the right place. Let's rebuild from the wreckage.
If a man spends 20 years trying to please a woman, and it took him 20 years to realize that woman isn't going to be pleased by that man, so he walks away from that 20 years of trying to build this relationship and this family and everything that means the most to him in his heart and in his mind, everything he dreamed of, just to realize it wasn't going to happen. Then he moves on. He'll never, ever put forth that effort he has before into someone that he sees the same exact tendencies at the beginning of a relationship will walk away. He won't put up with it.
This is what happens when your wife leaves. Brand new truck. Hey neighbor. I live alone. It's my clothes. Really made the house nice.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Mustard on a beat, bro, deep boat in rap. He a freak though, man down, call like ember lambs. Tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like thieves. What's up with these jabroni?
When you go through a divorce, fam, folks be expecting you to walk around, be sad, be butthurt, be talking about the one you was with and wanting to fight for your family back, and making all of these subliminals on social media. They be wanting all that to go down, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, folks be like, I'm surprised you're so happy, like, for how much that you know what I'm saying, you put into your woman. I know you love your woman, you love your family. I said, yeah, I did everything I could. You feel me? And you know, you can walk away with your head high when you know you love with everything you had. And you can wipe your slate. Of course I've cried about it. You know what I mean? Of course it hurt. Of course it broke my heart. You know what I mean?
Bro, I've been sitting in this car for about 2 hours now because I refuse to go inside and be with my wife. Like, I hate her that much. The only reason why I'm with her is because I'm broke and I don't have nowhere else to go. Like, I can't afford the rent on my own, and she makes more money than me. So, I mean, if I was to get a good job tomorrow, I'd be gone just like that, with a woman I really want. But I can't afford the woman I want, so I gotta settle for her, literally. If we're being honest, I think I'm doing her a favor, because she got low self-esteem anyway, and she bad built, so she should be lucky that I'm with her, if that makes sense. So I don't feel guilty about it, but I mean, you know, some gotta give, because I can't keep doing this. Like, I could be with somebody I really want, but I refuse to do more, you know? I'm kind of comfortable with being nothing.
What happens when men stop chasing women and start chasing peace? Welcome to MaleLivingSpace, where every chair, every corner, every minimalistic room tells a silent but defiant story. These aren't bachelor pads, they're exile chambers. Men are not just decorating, they're detaching from the noise, from the expectations, from the chaos that modern relationships have become. This isn't just a subreddit, it's a manifesto in hardwood floors and grey paint. And behind each post is a man who finally said, "I'm done." Modern relationships are a battlefield, and far too often, the only one bleeding is the man. Divorce laws, custody battles, alimony nightmares. Feminism promised equality, but for many men, it delivered legal vulnerability and emotional exhaustion. That's why when you scroll through MaleLivingSpace, you'll notice the same phrases, starting over after divorce. After she took the house. This one's mine, finally. These men didn't redecorate. They escaped. And what they built wasn't about style, it was about sovereignty. Their first room post-divorce, it's their first real breath in years. Modern feminism told women, you don't need a man, and men listened, not to argue but to walk away. What we see on MaleLivingSpace is the visual consequence of that message. No pastel throw pillows, no quote on the wall decor, no live laugh love anything. Just clean lines, muted tones, and absolute control. Because after years of trying to please a partner, negotiating every color, every pillow, every shelf, he finally stopped compromising. This is not just a space, it's a reclaiming of masculine autonomy. He doesn't want a partner to decorate it with. He wants freedom from ever needing to ask again.
You know, after my marriage ended, I felt lost. I don't think anyone goes into a marriage thinking they're going to walk away from it only after a few years, but sometimes shit happens and that's the way things go. But these are some of the steps I took to rebuild myself after it ended. The first thing I did to get my life back on track was focus on getting my health in order. So cut out all the shit, stop drinking alcohol, stopped using other things to numb myself and started going for daily walks, and that eventually led to going back to the gym. Before you know it, I was back in a good routine and things were rolling. The next thing I did was worked on my mindset. So I went through all my social medias, unfollowed and deleted anything that didn't fucking spread positivity and was just a fucking drag. Got rid of all that stuff and started following some pages that promoted positivity and made me feel good. I prioritised my kids. I knew I was going to have plenty of time without them when they were at their mother's house, so the times that I did have them, I made sure I was present, you know, not sitting there on my phone fucking distracted. It's really not that hard to raise little boys. Just take them outside and give them the hose. Let them play in the dirt, you know. They really don't need that much. They just need your attention.
When it comes to being divorced well into your 50s, it can be a little demoralizing. The first thing you might think about is, man, I put a lot of time over there and now I ain't got nothing to show for it but some hurt and some pain. Now, if you're like me, you thinking, man, I got this gray, you know, I might have a cul-de-sac or the bald head, and not because I choose to be bald, but you know what I mean. Who gonna want this old dude at 50 plus dealing with divorce, gray, all of this? What I want you to understand is, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself, my guy, because here's the thing. In all you're getting, realize this. It's possible. Turnaround is possible. Start looking at the benefits of the qualities that you bring to the table. Somebody will appreciate them. Go to the gym, work out, get them endorphins going, feel better about
Here's what feminism doesn't talk about: the aftermath for men when it all falls apart. The man who loses half his assets, sees his kids on weekends and goes from husband to ghost. And when the dust settles, he's left with a mattress, a screen, and 4 walls. And for the first time in a long time, he sleeps in silence. Some call it lonely. He calls it peace. He's not throwing parties. He's not scrolling dating apps. He's rebuilding his soul. And his apartment is the blueprint. It's not that he can't love again, it's that he won't risk it, not in a system where he's disposable and her feelings outweigh his future. You know, growing up I watched my father every day, not just as a provider, but as a man who carried weight without complaining. He didn't have luxury, but he had presence, quiet, steady, unshaken. I think that's why I still respect men deeply today, because I saw firsthand what real strength looks like, and it wasn't loud. It was a man coming home tired, but still making sure the light stayed on and his children felt safe. So when I talk about men needing peace, respect, or just space, it's not theory, it's legacy. And maybe that's why I look at male living spaces and understand exactly what they're saying, even when no words are spoken. If you've ever looked around your space and thought, this is all I need, you're not alone. Hit subscribe, because we're telling the truth no one wants to hear about modern men, one video at a time.
There's still a debate going on showing up in my FYP about men approaching women and women saying men don't approach us anymore. And I'm going to speak as a male. I would never, in today's environment, approach a woman in public at all for anything. I'll look the other way. I was just at the grocery store today. Plenty of females were there. I'm a single guy, no wedding ring. I'm not approaching anybody. In fact, I'll avoid some aisles. I went down the one aisle. I saw a bunch of women down there. I turned around and went down to another aisle. I don't want to be perceived in any way, shape, or form as the creeper. And women made it that way. And with all this proliferation of social media and then TikToks about it, I don't want to be that guy. So I avoid women at all costs in public spaces.
Men are no longer obsessed with women. Men are growing out of that. Thank God. A lot of men are done with dating. They're not chasing women anymore, and they are on their mission to become successful. About time. You men need to realize everything I was saying in 2023 and 2024 has come true. All these women out here were just using you to go on what they call a date, but it's not a date. It is literally a way for her to eat for free. They don't want to be...
At some point, living alone in your 30s as a single guy starts to become very concerning. Like, I went to my friend's place, he's single, he lives alone, and I walk in at first, I'm like, wow, this is so nice. He's got nice furniture, it's designed well, he even has some nice alcohol that he offers me. But then I go to the fridge and I open it and it's empty. It's completely empty except for one White Claw and just dog food. Like, he's the saddest death row inmate ever, and that's his last meal.
Living on your own as a man be like, fridge. We have lunch, dinner, yeah? Shop on the same day. Out of date oranges, they're not even edible. An onion, and just loads of sauces. Trainers everywhere, yeah? There's a little corner for my trainers. If I had a girl here, she'd be crying about this, but I don't. A whole room just for my setup and my shoes. Washing my clothes is a flop, yeah? Everything comes out like really creased, and I'm trying to find the right setting to wash it on, but it just comes out creased every time. Like, really creased, more creased than when I put it in, and I don't understand. I live alone and I have 3 wardrobes just for my clothes. 3 whole wardrobes. I think that's more of a female thing, but we're embracing it, I tried to get fake plants to make it more like homely, but this one looks a bit depressed right now. Do you have to water fake plants? I don't know, I don't think you do. And a whole shelf just for random things that you like.
They told men to open up, be vulnerable, support women's careers, respect her independence. He did all that, and still he got ghosted, replaced, divorced. So he made a decision. If he's always the villain in her liberation story, then maybe he'd rather not be in it at all. That's why the living space matters. Every bare wall says, I'm not trying anymore. No more gender role debates. No more trying to be emotionally available on command. Just clean floors, 1 bed, 1 remote, no chaos, no compromise, no her.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who
As a matter of fact, let me tell you, just to be very clear with you, in this current society right now, we can do without you men. We can really do without you men.
Is that 100%. A very smart thing to say, considering the fact?
We can. Hear me out. I'm not asking if it's smart or not. I'm telling you, we can do without you.
Okay. In my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
They don't want you? They don't want you? You actually have to be likable to find someone?
The fact that women don't need men to survive anymore has caused the male loneliness epidemic. Men had to manufacture a sense of need for their presence. And you don't know how to be desirable to women, so you're lonely.
Aww. Aww. Thoughts and prayers.
I seen a girl on her talk about how men don't approach her, and I want to me too that, because they don't approach me either. And I don't really know why. Where I'm from, men will just like stare you down. Like they won't say nothing to you. They'll just look at you. Or they'll say stuff like as you're walking by, but they won't politely approach you. I was once told that I was like unapproachable. I didn't really listen to him because it's like he told me.
Are you single in relationship?
Single, 100% single.
Where do you normally meet men in London?
I don't. It's too toxic. I feel like social media has really spoiled it, but I blame porn and things like that has really, really ruined relationships. So I'm 45, so I'm quite old school in my views. And nowadays you get men asking 50-50. You get men just don't understand who you are. They don't want to know. It's all about servicing their needs, and they don't understand things have changed now. A lot of people don't deal with their mental health. A lot of men expect you to be an unpaid maid and to take care of them, and that's why divorce rates are very high.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my friends that are divorced, it's not cheating, it's not money issues, it's mostly I just didn't want to take care of another child. And a lot of men don't contribute, but I'm not blaming men, but I just feel like men are just so different now. Some men are not like this, but most men are like this, and it's very, very toxic. So I've been single since 2018. It's just been so peaceful, and I love my peace. So if a man's going to be with me, he's competing against my peace, not against any other man.
If you find an ideal man, which qualities, by your opinion, he should have?
As soon as you said that, it's so scary because it's an image of me. I'm thinking, oh God, I have to give up so much, and I shouldn't think like that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, oh, they're just gonna come and disorganize my life, and I accomplish a lot more when I'm single. I have no incumbent. I don't have any handcuffs on me. I don't have to check up on anybody. And career-wise, I go really, really far ahead. And if I was with a guy, you can't say, oh, I got this promotion and I want to go for this promotion. I've got a pay rise. You have to kind of finesse your words around their ego. And I shouldn't have to tiptoe around someone's feelings, because men always put themselves first. Men will go for what they want unapologetically. So I don't think I'm ever going to find the ideal guy. I think my standards are too high, and it has to remain high.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But I don't know. If I find him, maybe. Yeah. If we click, then maybe. But I'm not. I just can't give up.
How do you imagine him? Like, which qualities do you want him to have?
Our values need to align. Again, I'm very old school. We need to be on the same path in life. We need to have the same values. Religion is not that big a deal for me, because I feel like all religions are more or less the same. But we need to have the same level of thinking, and I love a man with a sense of humor. It's very funny. Like, to get to my heart, you really have to make me laugh, and you have to be genuine about it. And I like a man that likes women, that's around women, that understands women. But unfortunately, those are gay guys, so yeah, I have a lot of gay friends. They're like, why am I gay? Even the gay guys are fed up with men. So, but that's the only. I just want a man that aligns with my values, and and just someone that's really kind and understands your emotions, and vice versa. But yeah.
Okay. By the way, if you have Instagram, I can tag you on this video, and maybe you can find a good man.
I'm not looking. This is
maybe he can find you.
I know. I do have Instagram. I'm Mrs. and then _ Senzo, CENZO. But honestly, I'm very happy being single. That's what it is.
Okay, all right.
But thank you for interviewing me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, y'all. So word on the street is that if the men's is the males is and things is at Home Depot. So, I used to do a lot of stuff. I used to get a lot of stuff from Target and stuff. But do you realize they have like washing powder, buckets, mops, brooms, all kinds of stuff at Home Depot? So ladies, let me put you up on game. Stop getting that stuff from Target and start going to Home Depot and pick up those things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because you just might get lucky and run into a nice man. That's all I'm saying. I didn't realize they had so much stuff at Home Depot, y'all. Stop getting dishwashing detergent and all that. They sell all that stuff at Home Depot. So I'm about to go up in here, right? And get me dishwashing stuff, just some stuff, look around and things of that nature. All right, y'all.
I don't blame men for not moving to women anymore, because obviously a certain minority of women have ruined it for the bigger population of women, because there's a lot of women that, like, if a man moves to them, they're very rude in their response. I've heard like a lot of guys say, I don't want to move to this girl, or any girl because they're just rude, like in rejecting them. I don't like if somebody was moving to me and I'm not interested, I was just like, babes, you seem really nice, you're just not my type.
Too hard.
And then also the whole feminism stuff, like I feel like that also ruined it for women too. Like, because women are like, oh, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, I don't want to talk to a man.
It's black feminism, not even feminists, it's black feminists that said that.
No, there's a lot of people, women. The thing doesn't matter about race.
We live in a society that has, in many ways, taught women to say, I don't need a man. And at face value, maybe that's about independence, about strength. But look deeper, and what you'll find is not just empowerment, but a cultural detachment from men's presence, value, and role. This is the age of the gynocentric society, where laws, media narratives, and social policies center women's experiences, often at the exclusion of men's. Meanwhile, men have been stepping back, not because they're weak, but because they're tired, disrespected, unneeded. Divorce courts strip them of children. Alimony bleeds their paychecks. And when they speak up, they're told to man up or shut up. So they retreat into minimalist spaces, into gaming, into silence, not out of defeat, but to find peace in a world that feels increasingly hostile. That peace, it's not about abandoning women. It's about saving themselves from a culture that tells them they're disposable. Maybe the better question isn't why men are walking away. It's why society refuses to ask them to stay. Somewhere on the streets of Paris, UK, and Brazil, a group of topless women are screaming into the air, calling it empowerment. But let's be honest, what exactly is this supposed to change? Who is this liberating? And how does this represent progress? Because from where many men are standing or walking away, this isn't strength. It's chaos wearing a costume of rebellion. Feminism said it was about equality. Now it feels more like performance art with no plot. Men are not withdrawing from women out of fear. They're walking away out of exhaustion from a society that rewards outrage, punishes masculinity, and calls dysfunction liberation. You want to know why male living spaces are on the rise? Why men are choosing solitude over struggle? This, right here. Not because men hate women, but because peace is better than madness, and dignity doesn't scream in the street half naked. It builds, it protects, it walks away when it's no longer respected. Let's call it what it is. The male living space is a fortress against feminist fallout. Men are not decorating, they're detaching from dysfunction. For decades, society ridiculed the man cave. Now men live in them permanently, and they're happier than they've ever been. Is it ideal? Maybe not. But is it safer? Absolutely. No fights, no unpredictability, no emotional whiplash. Just control, just calm, just him. The world says these men are sad, but they're not. They're done playing a rigged game. They're not against women, they're against chaos. And if solitude is the price of sovereignty, so be it. These rooms, these desks, these cold little apartments, they're not symbols of failure, they're the rewards of survival. So before you pity the man with one chair and one spoon, ask yourself, what did he walk away from to finally find peace? And are you bold enough to admit he might be onto something? Tell me in the comments. Is this freedom, or has the modern man simply had enough? No fights, no unpredictability, no emotional whiplash, just control, just calm, just him. Thanks for watching. This is Shattered Families, where we speak the truth no matter how uncomfortable. Like, share, and drop your thoughts below, because silence never fixed a broken system.